last call was talking about. What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't.
What's the motherfucking deal, Sauce Nation? Good to see you guys after the boring bowl. I did not watch a minute of it. If you did, good for you. I'm not wasting my time. My name's your boy Ed Honcho, man. Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports, Sauce Sports is the Houston, Texas Homer Network. It means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. I said that I was on the train that I was on until the end of the season, right? Because the season wasn't over until you really look at it. It's officially over. It was over for us, but it wasn't officially over. So this will be I won't say this will be the last I talk about CJ specifically, because it won't just be him. We're going to talk about a couple of pieces. We're going to talk a little free agency pieces that are available, possible availabilities, things that I believe could fit into this offense. A lot of people always say, "Well, if you're not going to get CJ, who are you going to replace?" I got some replacements for you that I think would be more adequate. I'm gonna give you all the shit that I said I would have been giving y'all. Because, like I said, I've just been working on some stuff. So, one, and the reason why I said I was holding out until the end of the thing, because let's be honest, bro, we should have been there. We should have been there. And we should have been there, bro. Like, you know, niggas can try to say whatever they want to say. We didn't go single-handedly because of one individual. There's no painting, no picture. We can talk about, oh, what he fumble? Again, you don't throw for this and try to put the onus on anybody else. There's nothing, right? So I kind of looked at CJ, and I've been looking at some of his old highlights and rookie year highlights. Been looking at some other shit from last. I made some statements early in the season that Tank and Nico made that nigga, and I doubled down on that. After watching what I've been watching, we bought into the hype of CJ early on. Easy schedule. If you really go back and look at it, had a lot of tools around and made him look better. You know, the more I watch, the more I listen, the more I actually go look back. Because to me, I don't really do a lot of digging into players' personal lives and shit. Outside the field, I could really care less about a lot of stuff. But when you look into those things, there's a factor. There's a thing. So let's see who we got joining us today. And then we're going to dive into it. And like I said, we're going to talk about what I think we can do with free agency coming up. I think we got a little bit of change in free agency, what we should do. Paying C.J. Stroud is not one of the things we should do. That should be the very last thing the Texans ever do. All right? And I'm going to tell you why. I've been back to my roots. I've been eating some ramen noodles. I ain't ate ramen noodles in a long ass time. Anyway, let's see what we got joining. Brandon, what's the motherfucking deal? Watch the film. DJ Rocky B, Eddie Mendoza, El Lobo, Jack Tripp, motherfucking Pimp, what's going down? And D Love. D Love. Interesting. What's the motherfucking deal, D Love? So I was just kind of doing a couple of things, right? And I had some stuff where I didn't get to finish all of it. I be doing too much. So what I may do is I may actually do a recorded video to get all of the statistics, everything that I had, because I was doing some diving and some digging and just looking at a couple things. There's a lot of stuff that we discount when we talk about it. We look at scores, we look at yards, we look at touchdowns, we look at interceptions, but we don't look at the nuance of the game because there's a lot of stuff that matters. Like, you know, drives and starting field positions. Starting field positions matter, right? Because, yeah, short fields, more likelihood of scoring, things like that. That matters, right? So I'm not going to say neither here nor there. I'm speaking for me personally. I feel like I got a little piece of noodle juice on my nose. That sounds terrible. I'm going to just post some stuff, right? I'm going to post a thing. I'm going to have to get into I think I got to get my Google Sheets account. And I put the link. In the description. So if you guys want to kind of look at it yourself, it should all be in one book. It might not be. If it's not, then whatever. But I put it on there if you guys want to download it yourself, kind of see what I'm looking at. You can have it for yourself. If you want to argue with me and want to go back and look at it, well, Hunter, I don't believe this, and this. I'm going to start changing it up. I want to be more interactive. Like I said, kind of give you guys more of a perspective on what I'm doing. So there's going to be more stuff happening. I still got to finish up it's still a lot of glitches in the system. That's why I haven't really been using it like I should. But I'm really taking some time to iron all that stuff out. I mean, it's just so much going on. When I tell you I haven't even showed y'all like 5% of everything that we got rocking, I mean that. It's just I do too much at once, and then I got to go back and fix all the good, so it ain't no good. Anyway, let's pull something up. Let me get in my drive here. I'll share my screen with you guys. I'll share with you guys because I like you. Just little stuff, right? Actually, let's do it like this. Let's separate the drive from this so we ain't showing all these other folders. While I'm doing this, right? I mean, I just really been going back down the rabbit hole because I'm a person who I often check myself, right? Like, I debate with y'all. I don't really care what y'all be thinking. If you agree, disagree, it's cool. But I appreciate what you think. Like, I enjoy the discourse. But the only person going to change my state of mind is me, right? That's just how it works. Like, I don't buy into propaganda. You can't sell me shit. You can't hype me up on some shit. If I'm not interested, I don't really give a fuck, right? Like, I am the anti-consumer. Like, I'll talk myself out of buying something. Like, something I want, right? It could be like a new system. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I need this for my rig. I need to buy this, blah, blah. And I'll talk myself. Like, that's my goal, is to talk myself out of wasting money. And if I can't talk myself out of wasting the money, then I'll go ahead and do it, right? So, I've been trying to convince myself to buy back into C.J. Stroud. Am I overhyped? Am I just tripping? No, I'm not. All right? Because you guys like to share a lot of stuff. C.J. Stroud, I like to show where he ranks among Texans quarterbacks. There's only been three good Texans quarterbacks, and he's the third one. Like, 3 decent Texans quarterbacks in Texans history, and he's the third one. So that's a stat that's irrelevant. That's useless. Like, you want to look statistically, Schaub was better. Deshaun, we all know, was much more exciting to watch. Trill was the motherfucking deal. And them niggas, look, I ain't got no issue with Stoops. I don't really pay no attention to them. But if you've been around long enough, we already know how the motherfuckers be rocking. Like, I've been setting the tone for a lot of motherfuckers in this city, and I don't like to be braggadocious. I don't like to even talk like that. I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I just don't fuck with them because people do disingenuous things from the side. Like, trust me, I'm much more hip to a lot of things than I let on for a reason, right? Because then niggas, well, how y'all be knowing this? How you be? I just, so I move a certain way. Coleridge, my bad. I tried to buy, J.L. Turner, what's the motherfucking deal? Tried to buy back into Coleridge. What's that? Trey Wooten, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me sure I ain't missing nobody. So, excuse me. Let's kind of look at it. So I was thinking about maybe maybe CJ struggles this year came from the position he was put in, because everybody is, maybe I want to join the training. Let's join the everybody training. Let's make excuses for CJ and convince ourselves he's the future, right? I feel like if I can hype myself into that, maybe I'll just buy back in, right? So I'm gonna show you something. Where is, do I have the screen? I think I got this from the fucking. Do y'all hear like a little slight music in the background? I'm trying to make sure that that's playing. I changed some sound settings, and I wanted to have like a little sound in the background, but I don't want it to be overwhelming. So if you understand what I'm talking about, if you can hear me, if it's clear, just let me know. Let me do a window capture real quick, and let's do this. This one right here. Cool. Right. And yes, I use Brave browser. I would say I recommend you guys use it for security, but Brave is some stuff going on with Brave too. You got to be quick. I used to be a real Firefox guy. But anyway, I'm not going to get to you guys on what you need to be doing to protect your stuff overall. So let's talk about it, right? Let's slide him over here. So you, I don't even know where I'm at. You can't even see me no more. All right, cool. Right here. There we go. So let's talk about it. So I was like, what is the average starting field position that CJ Stroud had compared to the rest of the league? Maybe that's why offensively he wasn't looking as good, right? But I'm thinking about, like, defense got a lot of turnovers, put him in a lot of good spaces. Maybe that has a little something to do with it, right? DJ Rocket B, what's the motherfucking deal? And like I said, so I'm just looking. Things matter. Number of drives that you have overall, right? More drives, more points, right? Average starting field position. So I looked in the playoffs. I looked in the regular season. So we're going to talk about all that. Just kind of taking note. But I'm going to show you another thing after this. Wrong mouse. All right. So best average starting field position in the league. Lo and behold, Trevor Lawrence. Right? So how much did that play into Trevor Lawrence looking like a better quarterback this year? How much? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much does that play into it, right? Let's look at some guys. You got Dart. Dart had good average field position, but he had significantly less drives, right? So you kind of look at that like, and I believe the average in the league was like 30.2 was the average field position. So anything above that is kind of favorable, right? So you just look at the list of people who had better. You had 12 guys. So you just drive 12 on the list, right? You had 12 guys: Trevor Lawrence, Jackson Dart, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Caleb, Dan Jones, Sam Darnold, Young, Purdy, Jackson, right? And it's kind of a mixture. Some guys that you would consider upper tier quarterbacks, some guys that you would consider kind of whatever. And a lot of guys on that list you had. Let's see who you had: Sam Darnold, Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, and Trevor Lawrence on that list all had more drive attempts than he did. And some of them significantly more, right? I know it counts the 3 games that are taken out and all that. And so we're attributing for that, right? Trust me, I got statistics for that, right? Because I wanted to be a stat sexual. I want to see how it felt, right? Because y'all know I don't fuck with stat sexual shit. I put it on the same book. I forgot. All right, give me a second. All right. Let me fix that. So I want you to take that information while it's doing this. I don't know why it's acting janky, so let me fix it on the back end. Also did another thing, right? I said, let me look at CJ fairly. Let me be honest about it. All right, so if it's not the field position thing, maybe I'm just overhyping it. Maybe it's because he missed those 3 games. Right? Maybe it's because he missed those 3 games. I'm just not giving the credit he deserved. Maybe if it was those 3 games he was there, it would look a lot better. So I said, hey, let's do this, right? Let's look at all the quarterbacks from last season, right? And let's look at all the quarterbacks who played at least 16 games, because that's how many games CJ played. You want to count the playoffs, so we got CJ's total 16, right? And then you have everybody else who played at least 16 games, right? I think that's fair. And what I did is I took their worst 16 games. So I statistically took out their 3 best games, because who knows? Those 3 best games could have been CJ's 3 best games that he just he was just out of his noodle, right? And he just couldn't figure it out, right? He was just trying to get back from the protocol. So let's take a look at it, right? Like, where would CJ be? Where would CJ stand of all quarterbacks who played at least 16 games, and comparing his total 16 to their worst 16, right? Because this guy's good. This is CJ Stroud. He's a top tier quarterback in the NFL. So we got to look at where he ranks in this conversation. Now, lo and behold, not a lot of guys had 16. You got 18 guys. I'm sorry, you had 17 guys who played 16 games. So I think it's a decent measure. You guys think CJ's a top half of the league quarterback. Let's see where he falls in that conversation, right? So this is what you got. I took the passer rating, right? Because there's a lot of other factors. And I say when I get more nuance, when I get a little more time, I'm going to dive into more of those things to show you. Of all the people who played at least 16 games, right? And taking their worst 16 games compared to CJ's total 16. J-Mail, what's the motherfucking deal? You say Sam Darnold, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be honest. When Sam Darnold was with, and again, you got to look at the organizations matter. If you're playing with the Jets, if you're playing with the Browns or the Titans, right, and you're a quarterback, your career is probably doomed before it started. So, you know, like it's certain time with seeing ghost shit and certain shit like that, it's like, you know, it made you concerned, but you get him in a good position. You saw him with the Vikings. You saw him with whatchamacallit, and now he's got a ring, right? Sam Darnold, and I forgot what was Sam Darnold drafted? Like, do y'all remember what number? Like, I don't remember what year, but what pick number he was drafted? If you remember, drop that in the chat. The thing that Sam Darnold was able to do that CJ wasn't able to do is get out the fucking way, right? Get out the fucking way of the actual people who score points, who actually move the ball, who actually do something on the field relevant. Like, just don't fuck it up. We're not asking you to do shit. He knew how to get out the fucking way. And even when he didn't get out the way, he didn't get so much in the way that he fucked it up for the people who actually mattered. Now, let's make this a little bigger. I know it can be kind of hard to see. 2025, you see my little notes. Worst comparison. So, looking at these, Cam Ward, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield. All these guys played 16 games. These guys all had worse passer ratings than CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud in those 16 games, right? Not filtered, not adjusted, right? And I'm taking the worst 16 games. This is not to say we saw CJ Stroud struggle with the Jags early in the season that he might have lost that game, right? Like, he might have lost that game. Those 3 games could have been CJ's even more worse games. So just take this into context, right? So you got Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, Sam Darnold, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love, Jared Goff. Crazy that Jared Goff had the highest from his worst 16 games, right? That's super crazy. Anyway, when I said I'd take Justin, after the Steelers game, I said I'd take Justin Herbert over CJ Stroud then, right? Remember that? Because I saw the foreboding. I saw what was to come. Are you guys still going to argue that? In his worst 16 games, CJ's total season, right? And again, you guys let me know if I'm being fair, if I'm looking at this incorrectly, if my bias, if my hate is impeding my logic here, right? Because to me, I'm just not seeing and understanding why, right? I went back and looked at CJ's old shit. And CJ's old shit, like even going back and looking at the rookie highlights, and you see how where he was scoring, what was happening, and then looking at him now, there's not much of a difference. Honestly, there's really not a huge difference. The only difference in gameplay is not how he's throwing, it's not his motion, it's CJ himself. You can see where he lost the heart. There's plays you can go watch his rookie year, and when CJ saw a fucking opening to run, and it was wide ass open, like your mom's legs on a Saturday night. Well, high school, your mom. Anyway, your mom goes to college. And he would take it. He had rushing touchdown. He wasn't afraid. He lost his heart, bro. And that's the only, like, you can look at the statistics, you can look at the numbers, like, but go back and go on YouTube, right? And I'm not telling you watch the low lights, not watch the full game. Go watch his highlights. And tell me he didn't lose heart between then and now. Because there's plays you see that he made then, there's runs that he actually took, off schedule plays that he made that you don't see him doing now, like not in the same fashion, right? And it has nothing to do with the play calling, right? Because you look at a lot of CJ's, so CJ had a lot of wide open or relatively wide open in the league, a lot of plays where he had opportunity, right? You see Tank routing niggas up, getting open, eating, right? And Tank was definitely his guy, right? When all else failed. You had Nico. Nico is stretching the field on motherfucker. You just put it up there and let him go get it. Like I said, this is gonna be my last day after the Boring Bowl because I felt like we should have been there. And I felt neglected because, and being honest, in my heart of hearts, I don't think that was your boy, man. You know, and it's like my thing with me, bro, it's never emotions in this shit. It's never emotion. It's a decision. It's a decision from what I see, right? Emotions would be me hanging on to it and believing I've seen 2 worse years than the first year and believing that he's going to go back to that. Like I'm not of the only reason I'm of this crowd. Let me not say I'm not of the crowd of building pieces around CJ. I am of this crowd because you can take CJ out eventually and put somebody in who can do it. Like that's why I'm kind of going in this route. Like, go ahead, fucking put all the pieces you need. Let's make the guy who's the problem. Let's try to make the problem look better, right? Like that logic doesn't make sense to me, right? Like you had a Super Bowl team. You had a Super Bowl team, bro. Like, give me 0 for no, 1 for yes. Did you have a Super Bowl team when the Houston Texans this year? Did you have a Super Bowl count? I'm not even telling you you're going to win the Super Bowl, but you had a team looking at everything. And regardless of the injuries and regardless of the shit that happened to the Broncos, I don't give a fuck. We'd have beat the brakes off the Broncos either way, right? And you know, y'all like, I don't understand. Man, look, bro, so many ups and to be so close, Like, I don't know, y'all know, like back in the day, I don't know if they still do that shit. Used to be some shit like at the carnival, and it would call like you could get the little brass ring, and it would be kind of like right outside the what's the little thing that goes around? Not the merry-go-round, carousel, right? Be right outside the carousel, and it'll be like the little thing. And you try to grab the brass ring every time you go around. Brass ring, think about the brass ring being the Lombardi trophy. And we're going around this motherfucking carousel. And you're getting close. Like, let me move this so you can actually see what I'm trying to say here. You're getting close, bro. You're getting close. Every time you get a little closer. You don't want to fall off your horse. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can't get the ring and it fell off the carriage. You probably hurt. Your mama going to take you home. But as it goes around before the ride stop, you want to grab that little brass ring, just a little trinket, a little token, a little something, right? Ain't no last year, bro. What do you mean next year's the last straw? Like, but you try to grab the brass ring, right? And you miss it, and the little motherfucker right behind you, who you know is shorter than you, not faster than you, nigga stumpy and stocky, but somehow he was willing to take just a little more risk, lean out there and get that motherfucker. And you look behind you and this motherfucker cheesing because he putting a little ring on it. If it don't matter, you just go home a loser. You get to finish riding the ride. We all get to ride the ride. That's the season. When you get up off this motherfucker, guess what? It's over with, bro. And that's what happened, right? Because the brass ring, you was touching that motherfucker. You was touching. Hey, CJ, just don't fuck it up. Hey, just don't give the other team points. Hey, don't put us in a stoop. Don't put us in a fucking hole. Oh, if you all intercept, that's all the thing where he said, should he have been taken out after he thrown him? He said, no, like, y'all niggas, I don't understand it, right? I don't understand it. I know people say, oh, you crying, blah, blah, blah. How am I crying because I made a decision and stuck with it? Like, to go back to flip-flop, that's the weird behavior. Like, I don't understand people's mentality. Like, I know I'm not thrown. Like, I know I'm thrown off. But when it comes to certain shit and logic and standards and stances on things, I know I don't waver on certain shit, right? Like, because I think about why I feel the way I do multiple times before I make a decision and shift. But I'm saying the thing is, there's no like, why are we giving the nigga another straw? For what? What do we need to see? What does he have to show you that, because there's nothing, right? What does he have to show you that he's the guy? CJ won't be carrying this team next year. This defense going to carry this motherfucker again, right? And that's what's going to happen. Now, what I said, let's talk about pieces and and things you can do to try to make the guy who's not that good look better, right? Like, and the reason why I feel this way is because I'm looking at more and more shit. And, we talk about the godly angle. And I'm not knocking that, right? Because I got my own belief shit. I did a Bible study today, and I just cussed right before I said it. But anyway, I did a Bible study today. Like, I read the Bible. I look into things. I learn, I try to be applicable. I talk a lot of shit. I'm real crazy, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be real off the wall, which I'm not going to play like I'm a God first man. I'm a degenerate. I've lived most of my life in degeneracy. You know what I mean? Not always, but I'm a wild boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old for this shit. But I'm not going to play this role one way and really be another way. And I really feel like the dude's a real arrogant guy, but he plays a certain way for the media. You know what I mean? Because I'm just going back and I'm looking like they were asking about the I'm not no test taker thing. We know you're not a test taker. When the tests come, you fucking fail, nigga. Just like 18 out of 100 on your Wonder League. Nigga, I ain't never got an 18 out of nothing on 100 in my life, nigga. If they told me, Honcho, how fast can you go to run 100 miles an hour, I'm going to get at least 19 of them. If I got to kill myself. Like, 18 out of 100 is terrible, nigga. It's terrible. You know what I mean? Safely between falls the combined show. Man, hey, and then boy, let me tell you, that used to that no bubble, no game. Yeah, back when it was two real legitimate contenders in the wrestling shit, yeah, you already know. But the nigga's bad, dog. Like, it's not. Let me get it right. Let me fix this. He's not bad, but I don't think he's a guy. I mean, here's a couple of things. These are my beliefs about CJ, so we can have clarity, right? Like, I'm not gonna. These are not proof. These are not nothing. This is what I think, so people know where I'm coming from. I think he's arrogant. I think he kind of puts on a false bravado for the thing, because I think if you tell a little nigga something, you see like a little twit, like you tell a motherfucker something and they don't like it. Like, body language is important. Like, y'all got to pay attention. Body language is extremely important when dealing with people. And that's what I look at. Like, I look at people's body language more so than the shit they saying, right? Because you can say anything. Motherfuckers say anything out their mouth. Did you been taken out after 4 interceptions? No. Bitch, put Davis Mills. And I hit this nigga with my little Zulu cup. Anyway, you look at the body language, and he gets, like, when people ask him certain little things, it's almost like he's upset or annoyed that you dared ask him some shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I think he's low key arrogant, and maybe that's what he's working on, right? Maybe that's what he's working on. And I'm not against arrogant motherfucker. Like, if you cocky nigga, drop your nut. I like Baker Mayfield, right? Like, I hate playing against the little motherfucker. We can talk about him and his characteristics compared to some other quarterbacks and some favoritism and whatever. But if that motherfucker ride with his shit, he know he cocky than the motherfucker, and he gon', you know what I'm saying? And he do that. No, I don't even think it's just D'Amico. Like, I don't think it's D'Amico a real nigga. D'Amico, look, bald nigga. D'Amico is the bald nigga, right? Milk Dud Man himself. I ain't got no beef with D'Amico because I believe D'Amico is what he says he is. Like, bro, like, because D'Amico has been that since he was in the jersey, since he was wearing the jersey. You know what I'm saying? So D'Amico, I think, is authentic. I think the problem with CJ is people talking about bringing him a quarterback coach, bringing in this, do that. I think CJ's not going to respect anybody who didn't do it how he did it, right? And he's not going to respect anybody who wasn't a real quarterback in this league. I heard motherfuckers talk something about Matt Schaub. And no bullshit. If Matt Schaub, hell yeah, bring in Matt Schaub. Bring in Matt Schaub or TJ Yates, right? Because now you can't be talking crazy, because these are motherfuckers that Texans fans actually got respect and honor for because they've done shit for the franchise, right? So, like, yeah, Schaub had a decent defense, but Schaub was putting up numbers, right? Schaub was putting up the numbers. Like, let's not act like he was. He might not have been athletic. He might not have been all of that, but he was going to deliver the fucking ball, right? Case, you can get Case in here. Case, Case, that's my nigga. You fucking me, Case is my nigga. But anything U of H, I'm rocking with. But I feel like he'll think he kind of big dogging him. Like, I think CJ got a little case of the big dogs. Like, and to be a big dog who ain't never done shit, nigga, you ain't win shit at Ohio State. They won after you. Like, what does that tell y'all? Like, that don't tell y'all something? That don't tell you what you need to. They didn't win with him, but they won as soon as he left. That doesn't tell you anything. That's not suspicious to you. And I know different seasons, different situations, different play. I understand all that. I get it. But that's what's gonna happen with the Tech. But we're gonna miss the window because you niggas want to hang on to this nigga. Bring Diddley Deshaun back. The diddly. Bring him back, nigga. Fuck it. At this point, bring it back. Bring it back solely for the sake of a quarterback competition. I'm gonna be honest. That nigga might run on the field in a towel or something. I don't know where that nigga minded at this point. Like, let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be authentic. Peanut, should we get Deshaun back? Because you jumping all on me like you got something to say. Come here. Anyway, so like I said, man, like at this point, bro, like you got to put pressure on this nigga and pressure bust pipes. I think that you put pressure on him, the pipe is gonna bust. Just like in the playoffs, I think if you bring a nigga in here, make him compete, I think he's gonna cry about it. Like on some real shit, I think he's gonna cry about it. I think he'll bitch about it. I think he's gonna cry about it. I don't think he's an A1 nigga, right? I think he wants to be in LA. Like I think he's an LA one nigga. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be in LA bad, bro. Because at this point, and I know people go home. I know people do that. I get it. I understand it, bro. If you expected to be a professional in a city and you coming out, this should be your base. The nigga started trying to play the role because y'all punked him into wearing Astros hats and shit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all punked him like, that's when I knew the nigga was Fugazi, bro. Like, that's when I knew the nigga. Yeah, the E Honda tile, nigga. That nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was touching on the masseuses. Hey, man, but for real, bro, like, all I'm saying is, that's why I fuck with South State. Y'all terrible, man. But for real, like, you got to put some pressure on him. I just don't think he got it. Like, I don't think he really wants to be here. Like, and on some real shit. Like, I don't know. He a LA nigga. He might already have a Hollywood. Like, Deshaun had to get the Hollywood in him. He a LA nigga. He might already got the Hollywood in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I still stick by my stance about the thing. Like, it's a lot of turmoil, right? It's a lot of whatever. People say, oh, okay, well, cool. All right, you cut your hair. Say, let's go with the trauma talk, right? Well, then what's the trauma? What's the trauma that caused you to cut it? All right, so that means something wrong had to have happened. So either way you look at that. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about my thoughts real quick. Y'all say if you were going to bring somebody in, well, Hunter, who would you replace him with? Who do you think? I don't even think this is a system where you need a guy with a huge arm. You don't need elite arm talent to operate in Kaylee's system. You don't. You absolutely don't. It wasn't like CJ was pushing it down the field. Like, he had a couple of them this year. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm not watching what the young niggas do. You know, I ain't watching this nigga come in his alligator Cayman suits and shit, you know. My nigga D-Skill, he getting out his mama closet and shit. I'm not watching the young nigga like that, right? So I don't know if he on the scene, but I knew I wasn't watching DW4 like that, but I knew he was on the scene. I knew he was out there embracing everything H-Town had to give until he started smelling himself. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up in Cleveland and So like it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit, right? Like I don't think that nigga really embraced this city. And let's be honest, bro. Like, yeah, I got Cali partners. I don't think I got no LA Cali partners. I had some bad experience with some LA bitches. I got some San Diego partners. I fuck with them niggas a long way. In Bay Area niggas cool in the motherfucker. But I don't think I never really been cool with. Have I had some LA partners? I might have. I think one of my partners might have been from LA. I can't recall. I got to think back some years. But anyway, I'm not even like I rock with Dallas niggas before I rock with LA niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, bro. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think he wants to be. I think he wants to be back home. I think he feels comfortable there. You know what I'm saying? Like a partner came through here, you know, he Cucamonga, he act like, man, I'm raised all over LA. You know, I'll be out here cussing. You ain't like that. You proven that. Like, he done lost the sauce. But like you said, so here's my thoughts. I had to take notes. Y'all know I'll be forgetting shit. So I made a list and I was just kind of, I know there's a lot of backs. I know a lot of people like, I know there's a lot of, and you said, you know, if I was going to get rid of CJ, what would I do? First, let me open that folder. I jotted some stuff down. Well, I typed it. I ain't jotting. And just kind of my thoughts on some things. People say, well, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about that? And we're getting much more serious into free agency. And, you know, kind of, this ain't the right one. This is the short file. I need the one where I actually filled it out. Hold on one second. Y'all give me just a second. I got it around here somewhere. I got too many, like, I'll be having Den show shit up and Saw shit up at the same time because I got like a wide monitor. So I'll be kind of like all over the place instead of just closing out one of the motherfuckers and focusing on that. Give me just a second. Okay. Couple of things. Yeah, there's a couple of things I want to highlight, right? So like I said, I've been going back into the history books and just kind of looking at little things. Like, and I look at this now and it bothers me, right? I'm not a test taker, so I play football. I don't like dumb people. I'm not a fan of willfully ignorant people, right? Peanut, you're going to either be in or you're going to be out, bro. What you trying to do? Come on. Come on, the door open wide enough. I'm not a fan. So, like, that's already a negative statement in my thing, right? Going back, here's the thing. This statement right here is what bothers me. I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, man. At the end of the day, if you don't trust and believe in me, all I can tell you is watch this, right? I've been watching, and I'm not saying anything at this point. But it's actually more so that, yeah, here it is. Where it goes. He said, at the end of the day, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, so I'm not going to sit here, and they put sit here and explain how I process football. Right? When everybody's doing this. Everybody else is doing that, right? Everybody else is am I wrong? Tell me, just ask me if I'm wrong. Like, I think every other quarterback, your top quarterback, people who've actually been good, who've had to take Wonderlicks or have had to take the S2, I think they all go through this, right? I think they all willingly, like, what made you so special? You didn't win shit. You didn't win a national championship. So what makes you so special that you're above everybody else, right? That I ain't no test taker. That should have been a red flag right there. And I think a lot of people mentioned that early on, and I get it. Like lady in the tramp in this bitch. Anyway, so then he goes on to say, so I'm not going to sit here and explain how I play. There are people who are making the picks know what I can do, so that's all that matters to me. There's a whole bunch of people that know how to coach better, that know how to play quarterback better, know how to do everything on social media. As a man in the arena, that's what's tough, is stepping into the arena with 10 toes. I'm going to stand on that. I know what I can do. I know what I can process. If I'm not the smartest quarterback in this draft, I know I'm one of the smartest quarterbacks in the NFL when I step in there tomorrow. And I'm not knocking it. He says that. I have that confidence in myself. I don't think you can play at Ohio State and not. Yes, you can. I don't think you can play at Ohio State and not be smart. What has the Ohio State quarterback done in the league at this point? Like, see what I'm saying? Like, how and again, I like there's a difference between confidence and arrogance, bro. And that line is very thin. That line is extremely thin, and CJ's on the wrong side of that line, right? And we should have saw that coming in rookie year when he said all this coming in. Then at the end of the year, he said he was a top 3 quarterback, and everybody he put his top 5 out there, but he had himself at number 3, right? So that should tell you he calls himself a top 3 quarterback. His rookie, like, he's arrogant, and you haven't put enough on display to deserve that arrogance. You haven't done enough. And then when motherfuckers call you out about why you play bad, well, I didn't know I didn't have to play. Like, he don't really take the responsibility that you want your quarterback to take. Like, y'all like the nigga, so y'all give him a pass. I know some of y'all know if we get rid of this nigga, we had 2 bad black quarterbacks, we're gonna go to a white quarterback. I know some niggas feel a certain way about that. I know some people feel a certain. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you look like. I just want to win. But anyway, let me pull him out. I'm mad because did I save it? I know I did. Let's just open it. I might not save it. Oh, I saved it right here. Okay. Yeah, just open this shit, bitch. I'm gonna save the shit again. So, it's on the desktop. That's the problem. Okay. Players fuck up. Big players fuck up big. All right, so a couple of things, right? So we're talking about like free agency and guys that you can have kind of come in and do some things. I don't think all my notes saved on this motherfucker. No, they did not. This is not it. They did not. Terrible. Let me go back over here. I think I got a rough draft. That's terrible. But like I said, so you got a lot of names out there. You got I know I've heard the Willises. I don't know what Daniel Jones situation is. But he's hurt. So I've heard people say, well, because he's not going to come back from that. Excuse me. But if Daniel Jones was not hurt, because liberally, I'd take Daniel Jones over CJ right now. I'd take Daniel Jones over CJ. The way he was playing last year over right now. Because I'd rather a guy who comes in here knowing, hey, I just need to fit within the confines of the offense. than thinking that I am the offense, right? Right. And again, like I thought about it, I looked at it a completely different way. But then the way now and the way he always, I don't want to look at my nigga Tank. I ain't gonna look at no cougar nigga like that. That's the only reason why I ain't gonna entertain that one. You know what I'm saying? You know, he might be, but Tank ain't. Right? Right? He might be, but Tank ain't. You ain't gonna do it like that, man. You say it was arrogant, but I liked it at the time. Like I feel you, yeah, like, but I think again, but I don't think at the time we looked at it necessarily like, oh, this nigga dropping his nuts. He finna come in. But then he tucked his nuts. And then he put on an alligator skin suit. And then went into fucking Pittsburgh and turned the ball over a bunch of times. Then he put on another alligator, came in, whatever the little gators is. Nigga, that nigga put on a fucking house lizard suit. Nigga, that shit wasn't real gator, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do my best. Hey, that ain't real gator, nigga. That nigga, that's iguana, nigga. You know, Florida got an overpopulation, nigga. That's iguana skin, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know what the fuck going on. I'm hip, nigga. Nah, but regardless of how, we always got a bunch of weird ass dressing niggas. Y'all know what I think about fashion. You know, it runs the fashion industry. So therefore, anyway, I'm trying to find my rough. I'm running my mouth. I'm trying to find my rough draft on my little notes because I'm gonna have to. We'll talk about backs. I think I'll do the backs. We got time. We got time to talk about it. So a couple of names that I've heard people say. And just kind of my thoughts on it. Right. Malik. I know Malik. A bunch of people mentioned Malik. Likely to be a free agent, right? And he's shown that he's got some tools, but I think your concern is almost kind of consistency, kind of like with CJ. But if we're talking about quarterback competition, bringing somebody in who can compete and might actually be able to handle the role, because all we really need is you get you a decent quarterback. It's really more so about getting a good running back. You get a good running back, and it doesn't matter who you have at the quarterback spot. Let's be for real. If you get you a guy who come in this system, a guy who can give you one cut and go, like y'all remember how Jawar looked for a little bit. Like if you get you a guy who can make that cut and has that vision, like because Jawar just too light to fight. Like he's a light nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of y'all be like, oh, you be talking about niggas be 200 pounds. How you talking about these niggas like niggas? I'm a heavyweighter, that's why. I'm a heavyweighter, so you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a different perspective. Some of y'all be like, that nigga kind of big. Nah, that nigga little, nigga. That's a little nigga. You know, and so it's just like he too light to fight. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking about my old days. I think about my old days, my knees started hurting. That's how long that's been. But you know what I'm saying? It's just looking like that. You like to see something like that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna light this nigga up. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, I wouldn't be against keeping him as maybe like a third guy on the roster, just, you know, for a little change of pace. But like I said, I think it's a situation. Malik is a guy you bring in for competition, right? I'll tell you this. Think about some of those plays you saw. Think about some of those third and medium, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 drives where blocking was decent. Saw a lane open up, and you're sitting here you're at your house, or you're in the Discord with us. Run, Stroud, run, nigga, run, motherfucker! God damn, you got to. And he didn't take it. This nigga throw some shit, throw it out of bounds, or throw it behind somebody, or throw it short. What do you think Malik would do if he saw those running lanes open up? And how often throughout the year did you see that, right? How often throughout the year did you see that? And I got to go back and look kind of at Malik's situation and some of the lines he's been behind and things like that. But if you give him the time that CJ had this year behind that line, you're telling me Nico ain't finna get open? Right? You telling me he ain't gonna have enough time to let Nico get and air it out to where Nico ain't gotta and then get tackled? When Nico can't just, one of them. I ain't gonna tell you what I just did, but I hurt the fuck out of myself. That's the thing. Like, that's my deal. Like, I think he owns some shit because we know the legend. Niggas ain't pocket passers. It's like I feel like he trying to prove somebody wrong or some shit. Come in, man. You just at the door. Like, this nigga be afraid of cracks in the door. That weird ass shit. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But look, I've already told y'all we can trade Nico too. I don't know a lot of people don't like my points. I don't give a fuck. That's the whole point of the sauce. You don't like that shit, argue that shit, nigga. I want to hear what you think. If you don't like it, cool. I ain't gonna mean it's gonna change my thing. I kicked the kettlebell when I just ran that fake route, and my fucking foot hurts like fuck. Anyway, Malik Willis, bring him in for competition. He's gonna be cheap, right? And put a little fire. Like, if y'all want to see CJ succeed, y'all shouldn't be against somebody putting fire under his ass. Like, is that a problem? Like, and I know there's still Stroud supporters in here. And again, I've accepted the fact that we're going to go into next season. Like, y'all might as well accept the fact of maybe other than a few roster changes, coaching's going to be the same. So the same way y'all talking about, stop bitching about CJ. Y'all stop bitching about Kaylee. I'll stop bitching about CJ, right? In the same way, and it's crazy, like, niggas, y'all still crying. Remember when everybody was off the Bill O'Brien chain, there was one nigga left, right? It was one nigga left. And nigga ain't tell y'all stop crying because it wasn't nothing you could do about it until it was over, right? That's why I say I don't understand the logic of people being upset that niggas ain't happy with CJ, bro. Don't believe that. Don't believe all scouts are not equal. Bro, some people are in position because they were in position, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about necessarily nepotism or anything like that. Some people have ways of falling through the cracks and convincing people and stuff. Like, you got to think about it. Like, somehow Easterby had power in this organization, right? Like, what you got to understand about things is human beings are flawed, right? And that's the problem. Like, I don't know the age of some folks. I don't know how, some people look at it, whatever. Human beings are flawed. Every system has holes in it. Everything can be penetrated, right? Anything can be, depending on your definition of penetration. Sometimes people find ways of getting through the cracks. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there are some guys who have gotten in their position because they're talented. I want to believe that, I almost want to believe college scouts are more talented than NFL scouts, right? Because you went to the high schools and really had to tread through and pick through and find talent, right? And a lot of, like, it's not all the niggas in the books. It's not all the niggas who send in highlight tapes. It's been time motherfucker come to a game to look at somebody else, and there's somebody else flashes on the field. This is why I tell y'all that stats don't mean shit, nigga. Like, stats don't mean a motherfucking thing, right? Like, it's been plenty of times. I've had scout coach tell me that back in the day when I was old. Yeah, we went to the game. We was looking at so and so, but damn, you jumped off page, so we want to know something about you, talk to you, blah blah blah. Like, so sometimes things fall in your lap, right? Or sometimes people who may have had one good guy that they found, it was obvious, they just happened to find him, and then, they live off that legacy. I'm the guy that discovered J.J. Watt, and I'm going to live off that legacy forever. Like, he's a great scout because he found J.J. Like, so things matter, right? I'm not going to say that scouts don't know. It's their job to know. They have more information than we do, but I'm not going to necessarily say they know, all of them know better than us. And again, it's always a not all. I ain't going to play that game, but I get what you're saying. No to Aaron Rodgers, bro. I've seen people no. If you thought CJ wasn't running, like, what do you think Aaron's gonna do? Did y'all see Aaron? Hell no. That nigga Aaron's so slow at this point, he moved on. That nigga used to be one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the game, right? Like, no, absolutely not. Like, as I said, I know it's not a lot out there. There was another name somebody mentioned. Like I said, my max on my notes I didn't do them as I was supposed to. But let's talk about the backs real quick. We got about 10 minutes before we get ready to wrap it up. I think the backs are more important because, like I said, backs are more important. Because I don't think we're moving on from CJ. I know we're not moving on from CJ until he proves it to y'all, right? And I already know what's going to happen. When I'm right, and I don't normally say this, but when I'm right, and he continues to decline, right? When I'm right, he continues to decline, or he's eventually gone. All the people who complain about what I'm saying and all things, they're not going to mention it. What they're going to do is move on to the next topic. That's how we like to do as people, right? So it's fine. It's dangerous. That's why I'm going on my tire right now, so can't nobody say, well, nah. Are we taking notes? Are we taking receipts? Now, These guys who have been listed, kind of not in my potential order, but where I think that they can fit. So I'm going to name a couple of names, and I'm going to tell you what I think about each one of them. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Rico Dowdle, Javonte Williams, Etienne, Tyler Algier, Ryan Robinson, Rashad White, and Isaiah Pacheco. All right, these are some names I've heard people throwing around and kind of where I think some of these guys will go. You're going to have to pull out a bag for Breece. You're going to have to pull out a bag for Breece, but it's worth it. It's an immediate upgrade. All right, it's an immediate upgrade. My whole thing, though, is that if you're going to go after, you're going to do the running back thing, I would almost like you to try to go for a two-headed monster, right? I just don't think we'll be in position to get Jeremiah Love when it comes to the draft. Like, it just he's gonna go now. But we got to look at old buddy who's backup. The guy who backs him up ain't bad, right? But I think about like how much time you gonna get behind Jeremiah Love, right? So it's kind of one of those situations. I'm not gonna say it's one of those. I'm not gonna say it's a. Goddamn, what's the nigga name? He was fucking with the Kardashian when he first came in and got his world lit up with Reggie Bush. It's not gonna be a Reggie Bush situation, right? If that nigga go to the Chiefs, nigga, I'm gonna shoot somebody. On GTA. Anyway, yeah. So just kind of talking about it, right? Of course, the horse is a horse, of course. Breece Hall is your guy, right? Walker. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I mean, come on, like you saw what just happened. You don't think they're gonna try to retain it? Like, I mean, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens, bro. Like, I was gonna say Walker is gonna be. You say we ain't never had a homegrown running back. Yeah, Deontay was solid. I mean, technically, what's his name was homegrown, even though he was on undrafted. Diamond in the rough. Arian. Right, that's what I'm figuring. Like that's what I say. I see a lot of people say Kenny Walker, like, nigga, you just came off a Super Bowl. You darn like it. I think they ain't gonna try to put a little money in his pocket, keep that nigga home. Like, let's run it back. Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Here's the thing you got to think about too. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not super deep off into people's personality and understand them. And I have to do a little bit more research because I want to know what type of nigga want to win. And I want to know what type of nigga want to get paid. Because you got two guys, like you got guys that are talented. But you got guys that are talented for themselves. They like to show out. They like their stats. They like their numbers. Give me the ball. Let me, put on the show. This is where I shine. You know what I'm saying? Let me let this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. They're going to do all that. But they could give a fuck about the overall team, right? But you got some guys who want to win. And if Walker's a guy that wants to win, it's like, why would he go back with the team he just won it with, right? Like, we just won. Let's start a night. He might be one of them type of, I don't know. But very interesting. Maybe he sees something there. Maybe he sees something with the Texans. Again, I'm going to tell y'all, if you don't think players watch, if you don't think players pay attention, they do. Like I told y'all, JSN was cracking jokes about how you want to dunk on CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud out the playoffs. This nigga ain't even a defensive player. This nigga want to dunk. Like, CJ Stroud is a joke in the league right now. Now, y'all might not think so. Y'all might not want to believe that, but just pay attention. Niggas making Drake May when the game on the line, making memes of him and CJ. CJ's a joke. He's a joke. And as he just said, and I showed you that quote, he talking about everybody on social media know this. So obviously he paying attention to social media. He posting on that motherfucker, he top 5. So he pays attention. He knows what's going on. He knows he's a joke. That's why he trying to do this refresh, restart, rebrand. Like, nigga, good luck, nigga. I hope them niggas, look, this nigga intercept his Applebee's menu ass nigga. Anyway, and again, to me, the O-line, like I say, we're going to have to holler at Ray on that. Like I say, to me, it's more about fit. I know a lot of people like names, right? I'm not a name guy. It's more about fit. So like I say, with this, the guys I mentioned that I think would actually fit, do we have them? Breece Hall, Walker. I think Etienne would also be a good fit, right? I think Etienne would be a good fit. That's some versatility. He can come out the backfield with it. And I think, I think he'd be all right. Guys that I think would be good, or at least a good value if available. Rashad and Javonte. Javonte Williams, Rashad White. Not going to break the bank. You know what I'm saying? Upgrade over what you had. So I think you got to kind of, you think maybe it's, but I mean, he wasn't that. I mean, come on, we knew it again. Easy schedule. The May is CJ. Well, I don't understand. Like, are we not getting this? Like, May is CJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, May is CJ. Like, are we not on the same page here? Am I the only one saying it? I'm looking at the wrong thing because I'm at the wrong camera. May is CJ. Easy schedule year, ball out, look really good. When the shit start mattering, the shit start cooking, well, we got somebody we believe when we start putting the pieces around him, he's all right. Yeah, he played ass. Think about it, he played ass. Niggas was giving up points on the offense. Like I mean, there's only so much. Like I said, when you giving niggas extra opportunities, when you give a motherfucker 4 extra opportunities and you cancel yours and you give them 4 of them, the likelihood is that it's going to happen. That's what that was my whole bitch about. That's what I bitched about the entire Steelers game when motherfuckers was like, oh, it really wasn't that bad. And they like, he only had 1 bad. No, that bitch ass nigga had 2 bad games. And like, you're being disingenuous when you try to overlook that shit. And that's what I don't understand because people doing that shit. So had we lost that game, niggas would have been on the same shit CJ on right now. They'd have been talking about that game. Now, the only thing is, like I said, it didn't turn into points, and the defense was able to capitalize. I said the whole time, we're going to reach a game where CJ's going to have these fucking turnovers, and the defense won't be able to capitalize on that because it's difficult to fucking do. Like, we make it look easy. Defense made it look easy, but it's a difficult thing to do. And for them to be able to repeat the season that we had this year, next year, if they do it, I will be astounded. Like, I will be astounded. I'm not knocking that. I don't think they can. I'm just saying the way things fall in line, knock on wood, injuries, just the way shit schedules line up, just shit happens. So if this defense is that dominant again next year, I would be amazed. That's what I'm so mad about. Anybody who got any football sense should be mad about because the nigga that you didn't need to do anything ruined it. But y'all don't want to say, well, let's look at his history. I don't give a fuck about his history. What did he do in the games that fucking matter? What does history matter? Like, that's what I don't be getting. Like, I don't give a fuck about stats. And I'm showing y'all this shit just to be kind of facetious that I'm showing you earlier. But just to continue to harp on a nigga, the stats don't mean nothing. Stat means what you've already done. It's not a tell of what you're going to do in the future. We've seen niggas have a good year and then fall completely off the fucking map in every sport you can think of. Stats don't mean shit. Stats are not a measure of consistency. Stats are not a measure of what. It's just a measure of the shit that you did, and let's create some narratives from that historically, right? It's not a predictor of what you're about to do. And right now, even with those stats, they're trending downward. So if you are stat-based, stat-sexual, that should tell you something. But again, like I say, people just like the nigga. That's fine if you just like him, just say that. But that nigga's he's not that nigga, bro. Like, not at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say, like, all that, oh, he get a straw. The straw that broke the camel's back was this year. And I know y'all say, oh, it ain't fair. This nigga had something no other Houston Texans quarterback had. You telling me, you telling me, let's be for real. I'm not even joking. TJ Yates wins you this game. I know y'all like let it go, but y'all still holding the old stats. TJ Yates wins you this game. Matt Schaub wins you this game. Deshaun gets you a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the, yeah. He ain't even light skin. Light skin was when he was cool. Light skin CJ. This nigga is Cucamonga Coleridge. Nigga, send that nigga back to LA for all I give a fuck. Like, I don't think there's nothing that he can do that's going to change the directory of this team. Like, the greatest thing that you can do is put the piece around and let them do the work. Like, and again, putting pieces around him doesn't make him a better quarterback. You just put him in a better situation. That's what I don't like. Like, so, you know, there's a lot of arguments we can have here, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of my thoughts on those guys. Those are the 5 I'd entertain. Like I said, and then like I said, the way Kayla operate, dog. Like, I don't think you don't have to be a big gun guy. I don't think you have to be an elite arm talent, right? Like, I don't really think you do. I think that you can, if you can understand the system and fit within the confines of the system, you can have success, right? Embarrassing in front of Beyonce and not JJ. That's what I'm saying, nigga. Like, y'all can like that nigga if you want to. Like, when it really mattered, like, when has this nigga been that nigga? Like, when he made a third down play that kept us alive against Kansas City. Nigga, nobody give a fuck about that play. The Kansas City was how niggas was Aziz with the interception. Was Petrie killing Rasheed Rice. Like, ain't nobody give a fuck about that third down. As like, he threw a third down. He converted a third down. It was great. Like, ain't nobody give a fuck about that. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you niggas nitpick and choose the shittiest plays for this nigga and swear this nigga's like, on what play? Like, think about it. Think about Dirty Ty Watson, right? Like, and what time did you say Watson's greatest play that game was when he extended that third drive down? Like, he threw a simple pass to so-and-so and converted. Like, if it was a third down convert, it's because this nigga done rolled out the pocket. This nigga done moonwalked on a nigga. This nigga done crossed the nigga over, threw the ball between his legs and hit him with the hot sauce, brought it back around his head and threw that bitch down the yard like 40 yards in the air or some shit. Like, and then hit a motherfucker on the dot like some stupid shit. Some old crazy off-schedule stupid shit. Like, that's the kind of shit you expect from me. We be talking about this nigga is like, oh, he's young. He's still, this nigga got 3 years in the fucking league, bro. Missing with that young shit. Like, that young argument, you've been prepared for this shit for your whole fucking life. You've been playing football your whole fucking life. The only I'm gonna hear you young is you a nigga that was a basketball player that started playing basketball in college. Other than that, miss me with that dumb shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I didn't say he won a thing. I just said he'd have won you that game, right? So again, if you put him in the position CJ was in, we're coming home. We're playing in the Boring Bowl yesterday, right? And that's hands down. You can't deny it. You can argue all you want. You can't deny that. Like, he's not throwing you 4 interceptions, right? He gonna tuck that motherfucker, at least try to run that bitch if he know he ain't got it. CJ not doing that. CJ ain't doing that. Big B, what's up? Let's see. Nivius YT, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, hey, that nigga got all-star towels, nigga. Look, if that nigga started a towel line, nigga, that whole sell out, nigga. I'm for real. Just look. They got a special absorption feature, Watson, the Watson wet wipes. Anyway, but he lost looking home with what? Like, let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing that, bro. CJ, again, like I said, has something nobody's ever had in the Texans uniform on the other side of the ball, and then fucked it up and came back. Right, I didn't know I didn't have to be that good. That nigga's a bitch, bro. Y'all can't tell me shit about the nigga. Like, jokes out of everything. Like, I'm out on the nigga. Like, again, I tried to sell it to myself. I showed y'all the stats earlier. He's a middle of the pack guy. I don't understand why people are fighting so hard for the dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a middle of the pack. He can be replaced. Yeah, you can easily be replaced, right? Send a nigga to LA. Swap him out. Swap him out for Herbert. Herbert's better. Like, he's better. So, anywho, y'all done made me go past the thing. 702. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new to this. We'll be back Wednesday. I'm done with CJ. The nigga sucks, but we stuck. He sucks, but we stuck. So we're going to rock with that. And we just going to go. Like I said, I gave you the list of backs I think would be good fits. Like I said, I had some notes. So I'm going to I did something with them. So I'll kind of go back with my guys that I think would be easy replacements in this system. Because like I said, you don't need a star in this system to win. You need a better back, get some interior O-line, and you can win. You can put anybody else in this spot and you'll win these games. You'll win the same games because it wasn't him that we were relying on. It was the defense. So that being said, hey man, look, that nigga get the smoke too. There again. But in a situation, if we knowing what we know now, right? Knowing what you know now, 3rd year Watson, 3rd year Stroud, second half against the Patriots. Who are you taking out there? Who are you putting out there? Right? Yeah, we do it. And I know people are 50-50. Like, I'm neither here nor there on Schultz. I don't dislike him, right? I'm not anti-Schultz, but I do think you need a little something else, right? So I'm not anti-Schultz. Right, and that's what I'm saying. And that's just all I'm saying. Like, we're talking similar situations. You give him this, you might have had a dynasty. You might have got you 2 in a row. Like, if you come early year Watson with this defense, you might got you 2 in a row, right? Because even when he would fuck up, they finna go get that bitch back. Hey, do it again, nigga. You give it to CJ, he gonna fuck it up, give it back to him, fuck it up, give it back to him, fuck it up, give it back to him, fuck it up. Hey, CJ, please stop. Like that's some real shit. Saw Sports HTX, Instagram, Twitter. You want to be a part of the Discord? Join the Discord at Patreon, patreon.com/Saw Sports. You may have to email me because I know the automatic link in the Discord is in the Patreon is messed up. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna try to fix it. But if not, if you sign up and you just send me an email, I'll tighten everything up for you. I'll send you a link, get you in there. Shout out to everybody who's joined. I appreciate everybody supporting the sauce. I feel like it's something else I'm supposed to say. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that Drewski shit at the NFL Honors and the den tonight. I'm going to do it den tonight. We're going to get real about it, right? Because I'm not a Drewski fan in the first place, but we just, it's not even going to be about that. It's just, we're going to talk about it, bro. So, and that's my thing. And that's my other thing I was saying is like, if you look at CJ's rookie year, that nigga wasn't afraid to run the ball. I really think something got knocked loose up in there. Like, I think something got knocked loose and it took a part of his heart. Like, that's not even joking. That's not even like an insult to the nigga. Like I said, I've been watching shit all day. I've been working on shit and having it in the background. I'm just watching. I'm just like, you saw it's a different looking nigga out there. It's a different nigga behind center out there, right? And you say, oh, it was the scheme, it was the whatever. Y'all niggas ain't like Sklovic. Y'all niggas ain't like Kaylee. We done gave this nigga CJ every motherfucking excuse. Like, it's cool. It is what it is. But, like I said, tune in for that, right? Because I'm all about a good joke. Y'all see me on the side. I crack crazy ass jokes all the time. I say really obscene shit and, you know, no harm, no foul. Maybe some harm, maybe some fouls. You know, just don't foul out, whatever. But we're gonna talk about the Drewski shit and how stupid it fucking was, and whether it was just, you know, was it bad timing, or was it a bad joke? You know, was it comedy, or was it classless? Like, we're gonna talk about it. So make sure you're in the den, thedenshow.com, take you right there. We'll do that live at 9:00. Make sure you're in that thing. Other than that, man, real talk. Hey, man, I love each and every one of y'all. And I know you're like, well, you don't know me. You don't let me know I do. But I say, for real talk, like, you know, people, we got to be much better to each other. This is sports. This is nonsense. This is stupid shit. We can argue about it. But we got to be better to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're living in a crazy time. Check on your people. You know, try to have more compassion. Try to be all that other stuff. But if a motherfucker put their hands on you, put them in the graveyard. This your boy Ed Honcho, man. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. I'm going to holler at y'all on the flip side, man. DenShow.com. Make sure y'all a part of it. I want to see the same motherfuckers from the South in the den tonight. We see who we gonna see who real and who gonna keep it real, or who just here to have a spot to fill. With that being said, man, it's your boy Honcho. I'm out. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool, man. Y'all stay saucy, Jack. I'm out. Hold up, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? 20-ounce Angus beef. Only with big nigga that pack big triggers. Got